The first time we truly understood fear in the Marvel Universe, it wasn't when a planet exploded or when half of all life turned to dust. It was when a man in green armor stood calm, composed, and absolutely certain. Dr. Doom doesn't scream, he doesn't beg, he declares. And when he declares, reality listens. Heroes fight for hope. That has always been the promise of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. From the moment Tony Stark snapped his fingers in Avengers Endgame, hope meant sacrifice. It meant believing that unity and courage could rewrite destiny. But Doom stands apart because he doesn't believe destiny can be rewritten. He believes it can only be ruled. Think about the scene in Avengers Infinity War when Thanos calmly explains balance while heroes rage around him. Now imagine someone even more terrifying. Someone who doesn't seek balance, but absolute order. Doom's true power isn't magic, even though he commands it. It isn't technology, even though he rivals gods with machines. It is inevitability. Inevitability is different from power. Power can be resisted. Magic can be countered. Technology can be destroyed. But inevitability, that cannot be punched, blasted, or snapped away. Doom doesn't see himself as a conqueror chasing glory. He sees himself as the final solution to humanity's chaos. And that belief changes everything. In the comic event Doomworld, something extraordinary happened. The Panther god Bast looked into Doom's soul. Bast judged his heart as pure, not good, not kind, pure, because Doom genuinely believed that humanity's survival required his rule. There was no doubt in him, no guilt, no contradiction. That is the core philosophy of inevitability. Doom has no cognitive dissonance. Heroes question themselves. Steve Rogers struggles with morality. Peter Parker doubts every choice. But Doom never hesitates. He has run the calculations. He has seen the outcomes. In every possible future, chaos reigns unless he stands above it. This transforms his ambition into something terrifyingly objective. If Doom is correct, then resistance against him isn't heroic. It's suicidal for the species. Every rebellion becomes an act against humanity's long-term survival. That is how Doom kills hope. He reframes it as delusion. The prophecy, "All hope lies in Doom," echoes this idea. Spoken by a future version of Valeria Richards, it suggests something radical. Traditional heroism may not scale to multiversal collapse. When worlds burn and timelines crash, optimism is not enough. You need someone willing to do what heroes cannot. We saw multiversal destruction in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Incursions. Universes colliding. Now imagine that happening everywhere at once. That was the reality during Secret Wars. Entire realities were turning to ash. The Avengers reacted. The Fantastic Four calculated. But Doom acted. He stole the power of gods and forged Battleworld from the fragments of dying universes. He became a literal god, not metaphorically, not symbolically, a god who held together broken reality with sheer will. In that moment, Doom did what every hero failed to do. He saved something. That is the paradox. Doom is the only character who can kill hope because he is also the only one who can replace it. When the multiverse collapsed, hope did not save existence. Doom did. And once he proved that, the idea of heroic agency began to crumble. Imagine waking up in a world without war, no poverty, no disease, no famine. That is the promise of Pax Victoris in one world under Doom, a global order where suffering is eliminated. Under Doom's reign, borders dissolve, conflict ends, and crime vanishes. It sounds like a dream, but it is described as perfectly suffocating. Because to maintain perfection, Doom must control everything. Journalism disappears. Dissent becomes impossible. Individual agency is erased. You are safe. You are fed. You are healthy. But you are not free. The future is no longer yours to shape. This is the suffocating utopia. Doom doesn't destroy hope with explosions. He destroys it with security. When everything is decided for you, hope becomes unnecessary. There is no need to believe in a better tomorrow because tomorrow is already engineered. Heroes thrive on possibility. They fight because the future is uncertain. But Doom removes uncertainty. He freezes history into a fixed design. In the climax of One World Under Doom, he even attempts to lock his victory as a fixed point in time, a permanent state of perfection, and that is where tragedy strikes. Doom's greatest weakness is not a lack of power. It is his ego and his rivalry with Reed Richards. Doom must prove he is superior, not just politically, not just physically, intellectually, existentially. This obsession leads to catastrophe. In trying to cement his triumph forever, Doom accidentally kills Valeria, not through malice, but through arrogance. And here is the cruel twist. For a man who manipulates time, who bends reality, this death becomes an indelible achievement. It cannot be undone. For the first time, inevitability turns against him. The monument to his failure stands as proof that absolute control is an illusion. Even Doom cannot perfectly calculate every variable. Even Doom cannot escape consequence. Yet that tragedy does not restore hope easily. It complicates it, because despite his flaw, Doom's logic still lingers. What if he is right? What if humanity's survival truly requires a sovereign mind willing to sacrifice freedom for stability? Look back at Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Project Insight promised to eliminate threats before they emerged. It was terrifying because it removed choice. Doom represents that concept perfected. No corruption, no secret Hydra agenda, just a ruler who sincerely believes he is necessary. Doom is not chaos. He is order taken to its ultimate extreme. He is the embodiment of the argument that safety is worth any cost, and when he demonstrates results, when wars actually end, when hunger truly disappears, how do heroes argue against that? This is why Doom kills hope. Hope depends on faith in collective agency. It depends on the belief that ordinary people, working together, can create a better world. Doom undermines that by proving that one extraordinary will can do it faster and more effectively. He exposes the fragility of democracy in a universe filled with gods and monsters. When aliens invade and timelines fracture, voting and debate feel small. Doom offers certainty. He offers survival. And survival is a powerful argument. But survival without freedom is a cage, even if it is golden. That is the emotional battleground heroes must fight on. Not against Doom's strength, but against his philosophy. They must prove that messy, uncertain hope is more valuable than flawless control. Doom's inevitability is seductive because it removes fear. If he is destined to rule, then resistance is pointless. But the Marvel Universe has always thrived on defying destiny. From Tony Stark building a suit in a cave to Steve Rogers standing alone against an army, hope survives by rejecting inevitability. And that is why Doom is such a powerful threat for any future Avengers story. Not because he can blast cities apart, but because he can make the world question whether heroes are obsolete. If he saves reality again, if he ends suffering again, what moral ground remains? In the end, Dr. Doom is the only character who can truly kill hope because he can replace it with results. He doesn't promise a better tomorrow. He guarantees one on his terms. And that guarantee is more dangerous than any Infinity Stone. But as long as there are heroes willing to fight for imperfect freedom, hope flickers. It may be fragile, it may be irrational, but it is human. Doom represents inevitability. The Avengers represent possibility. And that clash is not just physical, it is philosophical. If you believe hope can survive even the shadow of Doom, then you already understand why this story matters. Because the greatest battle in Marvel is not against a villain. It is against the idea that destiny cannot be changed. And if you want more deep dives into multiversal theories, hidden comic connections, and the future of Marvel's biggest threats, make sure you subscribe to FilmVerse Hollywood, turn on notifications, and join this growing community of true believers. Hope may be fragile, but together, we keep it alive.